Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, the 28th day of May, National Beef Burger Day, National Brisket Day, and National Hamburger Day. Notice a theme?
It's all beef.
Yeah, well, it's all, yeah, I suppose. Also, and it's a lot of stuff you can throw on the grill, too. That's the thing I was thinking. Also, Sunday, the 29th of May, is National Co-Avin Day, National Paperclip Day, and National 529 Day. That's the like people are doing the savings plans for college.
Coavin.
Coquauvin.
Cockavine is chicken and wine.
Is that what it is? Cockavine?
You uncultured swine.
I don't know. You never take me anywhere nice. Oh, yeah, it's a delicious French dish. Braised chicken cooked with wine. How would I know? Heidi never takes me anywhere. Also, I've got a guest, my guest for the program, Mecha Abby from Sesame Street, Abby Cadabby. There's a Mecha Abby from Mecha Builders. I'm going to be talking with her coming up on the program.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Nothing quite like relaxing, spending summer evening gathered around a campfire. But have you ever had an issue where the smoke starts coming right to you, no matter where you sit?
Always.
You know why it does that? Physics. Scientist Carrie Anderson from Environment Canada says you're not imagining things. It's because hot air rises. So when it does, it surrounding air draws into the fire to replace it. So when you or I sit next to a fire, we create a barrier that blocks the air from being drawn in. So it comes right towards you, often towards those sitting around the fire. So if you're taller, it says how tall you are, the distance from the fire, and like how big of a person, how big of a jacket, how big of a blanket, all of that stuff is going to affect how this works. So if you feel like, man, it just keeps following me, it's because it's you. It is following you. It's not the wind blowing. No, the wind's this way. No, it's because
that is fascinating. I have noticed.
Yeah, it usually follows me. Surveys and studies and such. You want to read all the details? They're in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know that Mercedes-Benz has sold a car for $142 million? That is the most ever paid for an automobile. A very rare 1955 Mercedes-Benz SLR Coupe that had been kept in the German automaker's collection was sold to a private owner May the 5th for 135 million euros. That's the equivalent of $142 million. Wow. The previous record, by the way, was half that at 70 million back in 2018 for a 63 Ferrari. The Mercedes was one of only two 300 SLR Coupe prototypes. Money from the sale will be used to establish the Mercedes-Benz Fund, a global scholarship program.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That really is pretty cool. So there you go, $142 million for a car. If you do that, can you get insurance on something like that?
Yeah, I'm sure
it's not cheap. Had a little fender bender. You probably can't drive that. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. This weekend, Tom Cruise has a chance to do something he's never done before. Open a film to more than $100 million at the box office domestically. He's made a name for himself as a fearless stuntman. He's generated more than $4.2 billion at the box office since 1981. That was all just in the U.S. But he's never had a film make more than $65 million on opening weekend.
And why
they
do
say
they think this one will?
week, because there's a lot of people that are super excited for it. It's already doing well. Top Gun Maverick hit theaters this weekend, and there's a lot of folks going. As a matter of fact, I'll be talking with one of the actors from that movie on our Movie Star Monday. And he's in this next movie as well, Mission Impossible 7. Both he and Tom Cruise in both of these movies. So again, our guest on Monday will be in this movie, but they just put out their trailer for Mission Impossible 7. If you'd like to see the new Mission Impossible 7 trailer, I've got a link to that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Don't you hate it when your bananas are done before you're done? They get all ripe and yucky.
All the time.
Not only is it a waste of money, you have to throw out your brown and mushy bananas. It's a waste of food. It's also something that we should all be aware of these days because food is getting more expensive, so you don't want to waste food. Well, here's a game changer. Bananas that do not turn brown could be on the way. The color-changing phenomenon has been slowed by scientists at the University in Florida State.
And chemicals.
Offering
fantastic.
hope for reduction of tons of food waste.
Wow.
They say it's a very complicated fix that we won't go into in detail here, but bananas go soggy because of too much oxygen. So they found a way to slow the formation of the spots by decreasing oxygen levels at their tiniest formation sites. The research team says their discovery could help decrease the estimated 50 million tons of food waste that occurs annually if consumers can keep their bananas a few extra days. So that's pretty cool.
And the extra arm you grow is going to come in really
I don't
handy.
think that it's because they're keeping oxygen out. They're not adding to it. I don't know how it works. Hey, here goes another tradition down the pipes. Remember the black wedding dress thing we talked about the other day? Was that on this program or was that just in the room here?
I don't remember.
I don't know either. But there's a new thing. Instead of a white wedding dress, a big deal this year.
Oh, yes.
Was that on the program?
Black wedding dress.
Yeah, black wedding dresses have actually kept pace with searches for white wedding dresses over the last year, for like 50-50. This is something that's a fairly new thing. There's some people who go, I did that 9 years ago. Well, you were a trendsetter, apparently. It's because you were so awesome that everybody else said, I want to look like her. That's what apparently happened.
I always associate black with funerals. So for me, that's a very
why
negative...
the surge, you might ask? Go ahead and ask.
Why?
I don't know. I'm going to read it here, though. Apparently, the concept of what tradition has evolved to include other shades, influenced maybe by the pandemic. After some brides were forced to postpone their wedding due to COVID, now they want a special way to be unique. As a result, some are picking unique venues, wearing sneakers, having food trucks, and some are wearing a black dress.
Brides have been wearing sneakers forever. That's nothing new.
Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Our guest, you might know from Sesame Street, Abby. Well, we're going to be talking with Mecha Abby from Mecha Builders. It's available on Cartoonio and Cartoon Network. This is some exciting stuff, isn't it, Mecha Abby?
We're so excited, and we'll get to chat about all our adventures.
And it looks like you guys have a lot of fun adventures. We've got Mecha Abby joining us on the phone, but it's you and Mecha Elmo and Mecha Cookie Monster. So Mecha Abby, tell us about some of your fun adventures.
Oh my gosh, there's been so many. You know, as Mechas, we come out and we're always looking for a chance to help our community. So we, one time we ended up in Pretty Big City, and it was, I don't know, there was a runaway train. And that is a very important aid delivery. So we had to discover ways that we could help with our force to make things, you know, okay, to stop the train, to make sure everybody was safe. I used my stretchy arms and Cookie Monster. Sometimes we use his ability to make us go mecha big, mecha giant, or mecha tiny. And, well, we all combine forces as a team to figure out how we can plan it and test it and then solve the problem, whatever we find. And one of my favorite ones was splitting a giant banana from the top of a banana split.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
My goodness.
So now tell me a little bit about your super mecha powers.
Oh, well, I have jets, and that helps me fly through the air so I can take a look at the big picture. Sometimes I have to go super fast, and sometimes I just have to be up high above so I can see how everything is working together. And I have really stretchy arms, which is quite helpful, especially in that train situation, but it's also good for giant hugs, group hugs. And then, sometimes I have the ability to, oh my gosh, you know when you look at that has all the definition of what you're doing, I forget what we call it. It's like a screen that we find out, like, how wedges work, or how how light works,
like
or
on your
how
phone,
pulleys work, or how force. It comes up from me, and I'm able to visualize it like a map in front of me.
Yeah.
I guess what it's called.
That's really cool, Mecha Abby. I wish I had mecha powers. That would be really, really neat.
But you do. You have mecha powers all the time because you're learning. You use your brain to figure out a situation. Are you of service in your community?
I sure try to be. That's what we try to do here.
That's the best kind of power, is being of service and having an intention to help people.
That's really
the
neat.
biggest power of all.
I love that. Now, when you guys have some problems you need to work on, part of what you do, Mecha Abby and Mecha Cookie Monster and Mecha Elmo work together. So that's one lesson we could all learn, is how to work well with others, right?
Yeah. We make a super good team, and everybody, like, we all put our ideas together, and then we try it out. And a lot of times, we don't always get it right the first time. So we try again. We never give up, We just keep saying, we got to plan it, we got to test it, we got to solve it. And, especially when there's other people involved and you want to help them, and everybody's like, what are we going to do? So we don't give up.
I love that. I think it's important to not give up. And a lot of the time, when a lot of the things that you guys are using, these superpowers that you're using, people learn these kind of superpowers if they pay attention in math and in science, and that gives them the ability to solve a lot of problems, doesn't it, Mecha Abby?
Yeah, and sometimes a problem, will lead to, like, when you fail at something that we learned, like, sometimes it'll lead to a better answer. Like, one time we did something, like, we realized that we were using force, but we didn't. We needed something stronger to stop something, like stronger than bales of hay, or something that we needed to lift, or wool. So yeah, sometimes a problem gives us better answers to the solution.
I love that. Mecha Abby, I appreciate you taking the time to chat. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend.
Thank you. Now go out there and spread some joy in your community.
I'm going to do that. Our guest today has been Mecha Abby. You can catch her and Mecha Elmo and Mecha Cookie Monster on Cartoonio and Cartoon Network, and streaming on HBO Max.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sesame Street's Elmo is the only non-human to testify before Congress. That's pretty cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Rats can live longer without water than camels can. Huh.
Interesting.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The can opener was invented 48 years after the can. So up until that point, they're like,
what were they
one of these
opening?
days, going to enjoy some green beans. Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sunglasses were originally designed for judges in China to hide their facial expressions in court. Oh, cool.
Oh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Mosquitoes prefer children to adults, and they prefer blondes to brunettes. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The inventor of Pringles was buried in a Pringles can.
I knew that.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Other names considered for the 7 dwarfs: Snoopy, Dippy, Blabby, Woeful, and Flabby. Yeah. I'm glad they went with the ones they did.
They did a good job with what they chose.
Probably. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay!
Yeah.
You got to get on board here, Heidi. Yay! Question: 16% of cat owners and 12% of dog owners admit they share this with their pets. What do you think that is?
Ice cream
No,
cones.
I bet that's probably even higher because I've seen several people do that, even though I don't do that. The answer: 16% of cat owners and 12% of dog owners admit they share a comb or hairbrush with their pets.
Ew.
Yeah, I thought so too. But if that's you, I mean, more power to you. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. A weird story here. A virtual trend is going around where people are grabbing a clothes hanger, opening it up, and snapping it on their head because of an involuntary reaction that happens. For many, when they wrap the hanger around their skull, they involuntarily move their head to one side. They can't seem to resist, even when they expect it to happen. Turns out the so-called hanger reflex was reported back in 1991. I mean, before TikTok. In a 2015 study, researchers studied 120 people and observed head rotation in 95.8% of them. The effects is directional. You can turn your head away from the hanger's hook. We're not exactly sure why this happens, but it happens. Researchers say that maybe someday we'll be able to use this knowledge to help patients with dystonia, a movement disorder that causes abnormal muscle contractions.
Well, that's
so they're
just
saying
crazy.
There's a couple of different links I have here if you want to see people doing it. And if you want to make a video, you go right ahead. I'm not going to, but there you go. Weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. This is a pretty popular weekend to kind of kick off camping season, so I have some camping tips that were sent to me. Like this: you can duplicate the warmth of a down-filled bedroll by climbing into a plastic garbage bag with several Canadian geese. Okay, that can't be accurate. Why do I read these things? Next one: you can compress the diameter of a rolled-up sleeping bag by running over it with your car. Hey, thanks for the tips, guys. Baked potato in the coals for an hour makes an excellent meal. A baked potato in the coal for 3 hours makes an excellent hockey puck. Okay. The guitar of a noisy teenager at the next campsite makes excellent kindling. That's probably true. You'll never be lost if you remember that moss always grows on the north side of your compass.
Okay.
Sleeping under the stars has nothing to do with a TV competition. 2 more, Heidi. A lot of hostility can be released using newspaper photos of politicians for toilet paper. Oh, that's not nice.
Depending on the
And
politician.
finally, in an emergency, drawstrings from a hoodie can be used to strangle a snoring tent mate. So, yeah. Thanks for the weekend camping tips. It's the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Our quote today is from Oprah Winfrey. She used to have a TV show, Heidi. Remember
She
that?
did. I've
And then
heard
she's got
about
like a TV
that.
network and magazines, and she's a multi-bazillionaire.
She's a little busy.
Here's her quote, though. It says, lots of people want to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. I like that.
That's absolutely true.
And it is a very true story. It's like your friends, you find out who they are.
Oh, you
when
find out
you
real
can't
quick.
help them.
Yep.
That's when you find out. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. A lot of folks that are out and about over the weekend enjoying kind of the unofficial kickoff to summer here. Some people got a head start. Some divers in Lake Tahoe recovered 12 tons of trash.
Whoa.
That's a lot of trash.
That is a whole lot of trash.
And this is something that they've been working on, like a year-long cleanup mission is how long this has been. But May 14th, they announced that, hey, we've got this 72 miles of shoreline that they were working on. They announced they've officially completed the project now. And in total, they collected 24,797 pieces of litter. The total was 25,281 pounds, which is 12.64 tons.
That is insane.
They said not only did they discover plastic bottles and cans and other typical litter, but some of the more interesting things, engagement rings,
Ooh.
a 1980s Nikon film camera, entire lamp post, no littering signs, massive piece of broken down boats and engines, lost wallets, phones, and much, much more. So
People pick up after yourselves.
yeah, it's a bad idea. I've seen people do that where they just, I was actually at a stoplight where a person threw litter out the window at the car in front of me, and I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I just don't get that at all. I don't understand. And if you're a litter bug and you do that, don't do that. I mean, it's so easy. You're going to a gas station anyway. They have garbage cans between
Right
those
by the pumps.
Take it out there. I mean, that's really simple. So I just don't get, and this here was in the water. So some of this probably blew there from people having parties on the shore, but others, got tossed there or whatever.
But even
just
still, no
don't.
matter what, just pick up your own
Oh,
junk.
absolutely. But I'm saying if you're having a party and a bunch of wind blows everything into the lake, I could see where that could happen. But again, for the most part, if you're doing it on purpose, stop doing that. It's not nice. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. We do appreciate you listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.